Hey there, everybody. I'm live here for a open house here at 115 Woodstock, and I'm here to do a virtual open house. And anybody who's watching here on my Facebook page, if you want to ask me any questions about the home, this is what my goal here is today is to answer any questions that people may have, and so fire away. I'm here for this Facebook Live here at my listing at 115 Woodstock. I would love to show you this house if you have any questions. I can see this is a first time for me, so I apologize if I feel like I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but that is partly true. So I can see a few people have logged in, and I really appreciate you guys are watching. This is pretty funny. If you have any questions, I think you put it like in the comment bar, or you can call my phone. I should probably, let me see if I can put my phone number. Anywho, I'd be happy to answer any questions you guys have about this home. It's a really awesome house. It's 4 bedrooms to 2.5 bathrooms, and we're mid-block on Woodstock, so there's really no train noise, no noise from 47th Street, and no traffic. And we're under 700,000, which is super hard to find. Savannah. So Savannah is watching. Hi, Savannah. I hope your e-learning is going well. But so the point here, the Facebook Live virtual open house, is that I can kind of showcase the house to anybody, answer any questions without somebody actually needing to come in the home, which is probably safe during these times. We've taken precautions here this morning to make sure, or this afternoon to make sure that I'm safe and everything like that. But it is a tricky situation for real estate, and we're just doing the best we can to make do with what we got. So I'm just going to be sitting here, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to fire away on the comment bar. I can share a little bit about what our family's doing to pass the time. We've pretty much reorganized the entire house. I'm not sure what we're going to do next week, since there's only one house to reorganize, unless we volunteer for other people. But that's what we've been doing. Kids' school is going on. My daughter Annie, they've decided at Hinsdale Central to cancel spring break, essentially, and just go right through spring break with teaching. So, I got a text from Emily here. Let me respond real quick. Emily, I will show you the storage. Okay, so I'm just going to walk around here for a second because I got a question from Emily. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn the screen around. There we go. So, this is the kitchen, which was completely redone with like super modern light fixtures, plumbing, countertops. The family room is over here. It's a nice size. It overlooks the backyard and the detached garage. This is all an addition on the home that was put on. You can see the wider threshold of this doorway. So everything beyond, this wall right here is, all of this was an addition. And when they did that, they put the master suite above, and then underneath, they built an awesome storage basement. So I'm just going to show you what that is. So first of all, on the stairwell down, my sellers here have created their own large pantry, which is like super awesome. And then down here is the unfinished basement with tons of storage space. They've got everything down here that they need. And so I'll try not to move so fast, but there's the mechanical. So this house actually has boiler heat, and it has air conditioning and gas forced air, but they never turn on the gas forced air because the boiler heat does such a great job, and the heat from a boiler heat is simply, less dry. And so it's worked really well for them. So again, coming back up the stairs here, underneath the addition that was done quite some time ago, but then fully renovated by our sellers, we're back in the kitchen. Emily, does that answer your question about the extra storage space that there is in the home? That's a view going down into the lower level. So you can see this is the lower level, again, completely remodeled. It's got great light down here. And it has a wet bar and the powder room. So look how cute it is. I mean, really, there's really nothing to update. This house is like totally move-in ready. This is the sitting room up front. And then up here we have 2 bedrooms that share this hall bath. The bedrooms are super cute. They're nice size. You can see there are closet doors in the basement, in case you were wondering. And here's the other bedroom. Closet to your left. The bathroom. And then up here, I just love this space. Up here, you have like this loft area. This is the home office. And their guest bedroom is right here. It's just got such great light. This house is just got light, natural light out the wazoo. There's a skylight up here. That's part of the reason. The laundry room is also up here, so it's not in the basement. And then finally the master suite, which is just spectacular for a home in District 181 under 700,000. It's large, and there's a beautiful bathroom that they completely redid. like super high end and gorgeous. So that's the house. Emily, did you see enough about the storage? I was trying to answer your question when I started my walking tour of the home. I'm available to answer any questions people have. Again, we're doing this virtual tour because open houses are really not allowed these days. And so while we are accommodating in the safest of manners showings, we've, as a company at Properties, we've essentially put the kibosh on open houses. Here's a great view of the kitchen all the way from inside the family room over here. You'd like to see the outdoor spaces and patios. Okay. So this was that area that goes on to the basement, but over here by the coffee nook, the sellers completely redid this entire patio area where there's room for, table for 6, a fire pit, and then my socks are gonna get wet here. Here's the play area, and you'll see that all the homes around here are gorgeous. They're really pretty, and there's the garage, and the garage is really large. It's beautiful. Let's see here. Did that show you enough about the outside? I got another question here from Michelle Trench. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Is there a mudroom area? The answer is there's really, so here's the side door. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm moving at a clip a little too fast. They have some coat racks here, but this is really the entrance to the home. So there's really not like a cubby area, but after all, we're at $699 here, so there's not everything's going to be the same as $1 million house, but they've done as efficient a job as they can with the hooks and everything. So I see Katie Kesnick, good old Katie from high school. How are you? Amy Hoyt's watching too now. Awesome. Brian Ortiz may or may not still be watching. I'm just gonna slowly kind of make my way. Even in this dining room, the sellers, put in some built-in cabinetry for their china and stuff, and it's just really well done. It's a really skinny piece of cabinetry, just enough to put your plates and whatnot, and it fits in really well with the beautiful piece of solid stone on top. Emily, let me know if you have any other questions about the house. Here's the view sitting down on the couch. It's really comfortable. There's a TV there. It looks like it's really close, but I mean, this is like it's about 15 feet wide, at least, this room. But you can just see you're right in the middle of the action. Somebody's cooking and the game can be on if there was a game to be on. Someday there will be. I wish I knew who was watching. Oops, that was silly. I don't know how to figure out who's watching. Oh well. I wonder how most of you guys found out about this. Did you guys just see it on my personal page? Because I'm Facebook Living from my business page, but I shared it on my personal page. And I'm wondering if that's where most of you guys saw that I was having this virtual open house. This is the first one I've ever done, but different times require different measures. And right now, for the safety of buyers and sellers, we're trying to, really hone in on providing people at least a chance to visit a space virtually before they want to commit to seeing it in person. And we are doing showings. We're taking great precaution using gloves and sanitizer asking to limit the number of people that attend showings. Here's the view of the front yard. Again, it's on a block with nothing but just really pretty homes, and we're mid-block here, so there's no traffic, there's no train noise, there's no cars, you know, the noise of 47th Street, the cars that drive on it. That's a concrete road, and it just makes a really loud noise. So here it's just playing quiet. For those that aren't familiar with Clarendon Hills, I can also share just a little bit about the town if you wish. 8,000 people approximately, and really is a wonderful town to raise a family. I think maybe 5 or 6 years ago, it was they did maybe it was a 2010 census actually that they calculated that it had the greatest number of the largest percentage of people under age 59 of all the near western suburbs. So it's like super young, lots of kids, great for raising a family. It's just a phenomenal spot, and I can see Nanette Curtis is on. How are you? Tiffany Ray, she raised her family here. So did Ann Miller. Appreciate you guys logging in. Carrie Willard, how are you, Carrie? So, I'm here to answer any questions you guys want about Clarendon Hills, or in particular this home. Hopefully I've been able to get across the vibe of this house. This is a new way of doing it. And I'm sitting here right now. I'm actually sitting in kind of like the breakfast nook area, and you can see we're right in the middle of the action. It's just awesome. Carrie, thanks for the nice comment. Just trying my best to keep working under the circumstances, and just so everybody knows, real estate is considered an essential service, so we are allowed to work as long as we're taking good precautions. I will be having another virtual tour today, 2:30 to 3:30, just so you know, on a completely different house at 64 Rose Place. It's a heck of a lot more money, but it's a newer build. It's $949,000, and it has a first floor master. But here right now, we're just talking about 115 Woodstock. If this works, I'm probably going to be hosting more of these virtual open houses over the next several weeks before things hopefully get back to a more normal situation. So I'm just kind of panning around, getting all the new viewers a chance to see the beautiful kitchen that's in this home. This home is move-in ready, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and great use of space. Very charming, and you feel like right at home as soon as you walk in this house. There's doesn't feel cavernous, doesn't feel small either. It's just kind of right in that sweet spot. I'm gonna put this down for a second. Give my arm a rest. Let me know if anybody has any questions they want to ask me about the home. Oh, Michelle Trench saw it on my personal page and said, "It looks like a great house. Good luck." Well, thanks, Michelle. I hope you and Mike and the kids are having a safe time over there on Indian. Let's see. Who else has any questions? Emily, are you still around, or? Oh, hey, Denise, thanks for posting the question about when the addition was built. I'm not exactly sure because it was done by previous owners. So we're not sure when it was, but the original home essentially ended at this threshold right in front of what I'm showing. So it was a tri-level, and the addition was added onto the main level, and then the whole master suite upstairs is above it. So it's like it's an older home that has like all the modern features. So it's like perfectly, that's why it's at a great price point. And we all know how difficult it is in this town to find homes in the 600s that are updated, like really hard to find. So this is just perfect for the right family, and we just need people to realize that we still are working at this time, us real estate agents, and there are ways to work in a safe manner, and that's what we're doing. Work in a safe manner, and that's what we're doing. Any other questions from the viewers here during our virtual open house? Oh, Emily posted that she would like to see the bathrooms again. Yeah, so let's look at the bathrooms real quick for Emily. I missed that comment. I'm not sure how I missed it, Emily. Sorry about that. But it is, so here's the powder room. So it's, got nice modern furniture in it, and it's really cute. But this is the powder room, so this is on the lower level. And then upstairs, on the, what I guess we'd call the second floor, but it's really just a half floor up, is, this is the hall bath for the kids' rooms. There's a bathtub. And then upstairs, which is like the real second full floor, is the master, and here's the master bathroom. So you can see quartz countertops, new cabinetry, new mirrors and everything, and then they did a really good job of using the space. So that's like a piece of furniture, like a cabinet with the same type of top, and then it also forms the edge of the shower. The shower's really large. So there's no bathtub in here, but I'm seeing less and less bathtubs in general anyways. The master closets, so we've got two closets here. Sorry, this is a little hard to show. I'm doing my best. Hey, my cousin from France, Charlie's on. How are you, buddy? Just so you know, Emily, this laundry room is nice and large, and there is an opportunity potentially to actually split this into another full hall bath up here, and have a much smaller laundry area if that was of use. So there is an opportunity to do that. I know a bunch of you guys must have family abroad. I got a bunch of family in France, and it's nice to have them chime in and watch from across the pond. They're on like a much stricter lockdown than we are here. Although we're all sheltering in place, but I'm not even sure they're allowed to walk the streets like we are. But I'm really glad that they're all healthy. So, Emily, do you have any other questions? Let me just look at this other chat space. It's hard to. Okay, so Emily, I see your comments. I wish I saw all your comments on I'm like looking at my computer at the same time that I'm holding up the iPad, so it's a little hard to see. But I can answer any additional comments that you guys have. Well, thanks for joining us, Emily. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I can only tell you that if you ever decided to move to this town or this home, I don't think you'd be disappointed. It's been phenomenal for my family and for all of our friends. So I'm not sure where you're living right now, but this really is just a superb place to raise a family. Sorry it's so jerky, I just don't want to put it down, so I'm holding it with my arms. Maybe I should just put it down. But see, I think it's blocked. There you go. I'll just do this for now for a second. Show the kitchen off. Give my arm a break. I can answer any questions that anybody has. I'm here till about 2 o'clock, and then I'm heading over to my other virtual open house, which Linda, who works with me, we've dubbed it Armchair Showing. So, how about that? I'll switch back to the mode where you can see me in my mug. There I am. Here available to talk about 115 Woodstock and show you around the house if you have any questions. I appreciate you logging in. We've had a good discussion so far already on the comment section. And this is a phenomenal opportunity to move into Clarendon Hills in the 600s, which is a great price point because you're gonna have downsizers from $1.2 million houses competing with first-time home buyers, and that's always a good thing to own an asset that has multiple buyer groups, because down the road you're gonna need to sell eventually. So you always want to have an asset that has multiple buyer groups, and at this price point you do. And the taxes here keep you pretty darn close to the SALT limit, which is also important. And the market at this price point is much stronger than at the much higher levels. It starts to get a little bit more challenging as people navigate the tax situation that the 2017 tax bill put into place. But here, I think the taxes are around 11 G's, and that's, for many people, when I talk to people that are concerned about taxes, I hear things like, hey, I want to see everything under 12, 13,000 in taxes, and that's really all I want to have. So the downsizers in particular are highly sensitive to the taxes because they want to buy with cash, and so their only expense is the taxes. So some of the downsizers, they're highly sensitive to the taxes, and so this is a great opportunity. I think the storage area underneath the addition that I'm sitting in right now is another key feature that you wouldn't have known about without getting this tour, because we don't take a picture of an unfinished storage basement, but there is one, and it's nicely sized. Maybe I can just take another tour of that for those that are watching right now. I might as well just do that. So here we are. Let me just switch the frame. So we're in this is the addition built. I don't know when, because it was before my sellers purchased the house, but they totally renovated it. So in the addition is where the kitchen, family room, and breakfast nook is. And also the access to the patio and the storage basement. So I'll just take us down there to look at that one more time. But they've also built it out to be a pantry, which is really nice. So they've got like all of their extra food goods. Looks like they're covered with a toilet paper front. If anybody needs toilet paper, let me know. And then we've got the, this is the storage basement. So it's quite large, has good ceiling height, and there's plenty of storage in here. We've got, and so the mechanicals are down here, and what you'll see is that there's a boiler and a furnace. And so the boiler, they get the heat from the boiler, and there is a gas furnace too, but they don't use it because the boiler heat is much more economical and it's a higher humidity type heat. I see John Rotolo's watching. Hi, John. How are you, buddy? Congratulations on the sale of your house. And then there's the water heater, but there is, you know, central air in this home. Battery backup. You can see that on the sump pump. So this house is, it's got the spaces that, you know, someone really wants to have in a price point like the 600s, which again is really hard to find. So I'm going back up into the kitchen. The dining room area. Here's their sitting area. We're here on Woodstock Avenue, mid-block. As you can see, there's nothing but, you know, beautiful houses on this block, and you're definitely not at the top of the food chain price-wise, which is always a good spot to be as well. It's a little quiet out there just because of the coronavirus thing, but I can tell you that if this was a normal situation, and if it was a little bit warmer, you know, there'd be kids running around all over the place out here. So there's you're just not getting the full view of that, just because of the time of year and the temperature it is today, plus the unfortunate situation we find ourselves in with the coronavirus. So I wish I knew how to find out who is live watching. It's hard for me to see it. I can't figure out how to see, so I can address, you know, people by name. But if you type a comment to me, I'll be able to see. I'm here at the house at 115 Woodstock. I'll just type that into this. So we're looking at the family room and kitchen combination. We have all new cabinetry, all new countertops. What do you call it? The appliances are new. We've got access to the rest of the home through here, and then this great patio outside. I think it was Emily that wanted to see it earlier, so we kind of panned through that. You can see there's, you know, you can see all the neighboring homes, and things are well kept around here. So if you buy in this neighborhood, you know, you're gonna have neighbors that, you know, care about the surroundings, and it's just a good spot to live. Shannon and I have raised our daughters. We've lived here for how long has it been? 17 years this summer. So, and we have a 16-year-old high school kid and 2 kids in grade school. So, wouldn't trade it for anything. Would not. Some people don't realize how charming the town is. They don't really know about it. It's kind of a hidden gem next to Hinsdale. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot them my way. I'm here to answer any questions you might have about this home here at 115 Woodstock Avenue, mid-block, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. I'm not sure who is still watching, so I can't address you by name, but if I was able to, I would, but it's easiest for me to chat via via the comment section. I will be having another one of these in about 1 hour at 64 Rose Place, and that's also in Clarendon Hills. It's $949,000. It's a brand new construction. Best value for new construction in town. So it's another great option for moving in if you're moving into this area, or you're looking to just change houses. I mean, we've had a lot of people looking at 115 Woodstock. I'm getting equal number of young families as I am downsizers, which is kind of interesting. Not surprising. It's just a lot of people trying to get out of their $1.2 million, $1.3 million houses and looking to, lower their expenses here in Illinois and maybe get a second house somewhere beautiful, down south somewhere. That seems to be a really popular thing. People like to call this area home, but then they also like to have a spot to go when the climate here can get a little bit much. Hi there, this is Jan Morel. I'm at 115 Woodstock Avenue, available to answer any questions about this home. I can take you on a tour if you'd like. Let me just flip the screen, and here's I'm sitting in the breakfast nook, and then over there is the family room, and we've got the beautiful redone kitchen. So this kitchen's about 2-3 years old, totally redone. Hey Wendy, I can see you that you're watching. Hope all is well there at home. Let me know if you have any questions. We're listed here at $699,000. We're doing this virtual open house as a way of just introducing the home to people. If someone really, has interest after seeing this virtual open house, I would be happy to schedule a showing, and we are considered essential business here to the state of Illinois. So as long as we're safely doing our business, the idea is that we're still safe to do it. So here we're in the lower level. There's a fireplace, the powder room, a wet bar, lots of natural light throughout this home. There's 2 more bathrooms upstairs and 4 bedrooms. I'll show you those. One of the cool features of this home is simply it's just completely move-in ready. We are completely move-in ready here at 115 Woodstock. Nothing to do but move in and enjoy living in Clarendon Hills on a quiet street I mean, who wouldn't want to have their home office with this much natural light? You can see there's a skylight up there. Here's the guest room, overlooking Woodstock. You can see there's some neighbors walking around. Just saw some bicyclists go by. People are really trying to use this time to do some things they haven't done in a while. I've run more in this last 2 weeks than the last 10 years combined. So this is the master bedroom. It's great size. It's beautiful. And then through here is this is the master bathroom. Just walking everybody here through the home. Be happy to answer any questions any of the viewers here have. But if you don't ask a question, it's hard for me to know what you want to know. So just feel free to write your comments down in the comment section, and I'd be happy to show it to you. I was already answering a bunch of questions in the first 15-20 minutes of the virtual open house. Now we're in the last about 20 minutes. I'm going till 2, and then I've got to hustle over to a second virtual open house that I have today. So I'm just gonna put this down and flip it back to my face. So I live here in town. My name's Jan Morell, and I'm a real estate agent, and I'm here to answer any questions you have about Clarendon Hills or in this particular home at 115 Woodstock. I'm not sure what else I have to say for the next. I need to think. This is actually much harder than you would think. It's not like I have a pre-planned hour-long speech. I'm just here trying to keep talking to keep interest in anybody that's watching. But I have to keep it open for a certain amount of time to allow people that were planning on coming to watch this video get a chance to ask any questions they have. So this is actually much more difficult than I would have thought. So anyways, we're learning here as we go. We're learning. I see Greg Winters is watching. How are you, Greg? Hope all is well and that you're safe. Oh, I touched my face. You're not supposed to do that, are you? I'm working on it. Let's see, I got a text here. Okay. To answer, if anybody has any questions about it, just in general, the real estate market, we are doing transactions. I mean, I have 6 or 7 closings lined up over the next 2 months, and so people are still needing to buy and sell. We're just trying to do it as safely as we can, and that's really what's happening. And hopefully, in a couple months, we'll be in a little bit more of a normal situation, and we can continue to, for everybody's sake, for all the jobs they have, but for real estate agents, that's what we'll be doing. So, in the meantime, we're doing things like virtual open houses, and that's what I'm doing right now. And so here I am at 115 Woodstock, and I can flip the screen and kind of show you where we're at. I'm sitting in the breakfast nook, and there's the family room, and there's the killer kitchen. It's like super updated. I know all the buyers would love to see this kitchen in person. It's just, it's really well done. And this house is move-in ready, which is another favorite. So I've got Mark Peterson asking if closings are being pushed back at this moment. So hold on one second, Mark. Mark, let me just flip this camera back to me. closings are not being pushed back at the moment. What we are seeing though is that the lenders are doing employment verification 24 hours before the closing to make sure that there hasn't been a change in employment for the buyers. And closings have gone almost exclusively virtual, which is actually, I think, something that will be permanent moving forward, meaning that there will be no need in the future to. We're learning right now how you can do closings without being there in person and without power of attorney. So the lenders have been getting into the e-closing business already, but now it's really going to ramp up. And so closings, I'm sure there are going to be some that might be pushed back, but I don't think that's not been a huge thing so far. Let's just put it that way. So if people still want and are trying to close on the stuff that they want to buy, unless the buyer's looking for a reason to push it back for some reason. Have you heard something different, Mark? I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. And the other thing that's been happening, this is kind of interesting, is that lenders are doing some drive-by appraisals. So that's kind of an interesting one, not even going inside. I've seen some buyers waive the appraisal process. So things are going to change permanently in just about every industry in some way, shape, or form. And so for real estate, I see less need for people to attend closings. I see just in general, I could imagine in the future moving forward that people are just going to always have a hand sanitizer and maybe gloves at the house for showings, just out of, even once we get through this 2 or 3 years from now, it's just a safer way, to handle showings. So I think there will be some things that will flow through permanently. So thanks for tuning in, Mark. I see you have your last name's Peterson, so maybe you're related to Emily, who was on earlier. But I would be happy to answer any follow-up questions you have by phone about this particular home and neighborhood. I'll be available between 2 and 2:30, and then after 3:30 today, after my next virtual open house. Thanks a lot. I see Emily. Yes, you're related. Haha, funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how familiar Emily and Mark you are to Clarendon or the western suburbs in general. I do think that we're gonna see an uptick on people wanting to move out of the city in general, coming out of the COVID-19 situation, simply based upon the idea that, if someone's living in, a building with common elevator, I'm just not sure, how well that system works moving forward, even a year or two from now, even when things have calmed down. So I just think people are going to really enjoy having a private residence, air on 4 sides of your home, and the ability to just kind of enjoy life out here versus being in a building in the city. So I see Julia Voss is logged in. Hi, Julia. How are you? Long time. I'm here for another about 10 minutes. Here to answer any questions about this home, and would be happy to pan the computer in the different direction if somebody has a question that they'd like me to show. Okay, Mark, so you grew up in River Forest and you've always liked Clarendon. Well, I play paddle tennis, or platform tennis, whatever you want to call it, and we compete against the River Forest Park District, and we've we've played some matches in River Forest over the last several years, and I'm always blown away with that town. I mean, that is beautiful. The historic homes there, just crazy. That's a nice place to grow up. I grew up in Hinsdale, and my wife and I met in high school, and we raised we've raised our kids here in Clarendon, and we're very happy here in Clarendon Hills. But I had never been to River Forest the last few years, and just driving through there, I was like, man, that is amazing. Just and totally different than here. I mean, this is laid back, quiet, and River Forest is a little bit more in the middle of the action. Maybe it's the quiet part next to Oak Park or something. I guess I'm not really sure. I don't do business really in River Forest, so that's not an area of expertise for me. So I just know it from driving to go play paddle tennis. Funny, you would think that hosting an hour-long open house on Facebook would be, something that is, easy to do. But let me tell you, talking for 60 minutes straight is not easy. This has actually been this is my first one I've ever done, and so this is a new frontier. And I will be going to a different home here for another one, but I'm getting the hang of it, and hopefully I'll get better each time. Thanks for the nice note, Mark. I'm here for another 10 minutes. Hey there, I'm at 115 Woodstock. For anybody watching, I've walked and toured this home like 6 times now, so I'm just sitting down answering questions at the table. But please feel free to shoot me any questions, and I'll try to answer them. And if someone wants to see a room, I can go and show that room on Facebook here. If anybody has any tips and tricks for using Facebook Live, I'd be happy to take them. It's the first time doing this. I'm gonna flip the screen here and kind of show everybody this will be like my 7th time showing the house. Here's the kitchen. We have the family room here, the breakfast nook. There's a French door to the outside patio, which has, space for a table. This one has 6 seats. There's a fire pit, and there's a nice grassy area. Oops. Out there. It's hard to show it, but there is. And there's a large storage basement underneath here and a pantry. And so there is storage. So out the back here, you can see the large, oversized 2-car garage. It's really like 2.5. And then you have the grass play area. This is a cool house for both downsizers and not first time home buyers, but people that, young families. Just because there's multiple groups of people that want to buy at this price point. The downsizers coming out of, $1.2 million houses, they want something that's updated, but not as big anymore, and this house has that. It has a master bathroom, master bedroom. It has room for grandchildren, especially cute rooms like this. This house is totally move-in ready. It has taxes that are, almost all right-offable versus the larger homes. The bathrooms are all updated. A nice home office area here. Look at the amount of natural light in this home. And this is a gloomy day. It's not even a sunny day today. We're a mid-block on Woodstock, which means it's quiet. Laundry's upstairs. Here's the master. I'm going to show you the whole room. I don't know, it's interesting. It's hard to tell how big a room is on Facebook Live, but I'll just say that this room is, I don't know, 18 by 16 or something. It's a pretty nice size. And then here's the bathroom. It's really updated. So this house is totally move-in ready. I see Jody Darrow's watching. How are you, Jody? And Terry Pocious. Terry, tell Dan I said hello. Feel free to send me any comments you guys have about the home or about the video or any questions you have. If you want to learn a little bit more about it. I was having a nice conversation with a couple, Mark and Emily, earlier. They've asked a bunch of questions, and so I'm be happy to do the same thing for any of you that are currently on. I'm just kind of trying to slowly make my way around so that people have a chance to see the home. I've mentioned that it's mid-block on a street like Woodstock. There's just not going to be a lot of traffic because you're mid-block, and there's no train noise. There's no Chicago Avenue noise. In the summer, there'll be tons of kids running around on this block, and people walk in and their dogs. I see Terry made a comment. Yes, it's a fun way to showcase new homes. Well, it's also the best way to do it during the time of the COVID-19. So just trying to make do with what we can. I'm going to be on for about the next couple more minutes, and then I've got to skedaddle to another one of these. You get an idea of what this house is like. Yeah, a couple more minutes here, guys, and then I got to run. I can imagine that some people might use like a selfie stick or something. I can say hi by doing this. Howdy. That's the smile of the guy who lives in Clarendon Hills and knows that he loves it. Right there. I'm going to put the device down for a sec. Feel free to ask me any questions you have about this beautiful home. I'm sitting in the breakfast nook right now. One thing I haven't figured out is to see who's actually live. Every now and then they'll send me maybe one name of the 10 people or 4 people that are on at any given moment. And I just don't understand exactly why I can't figure out exactly who is on. So it's just kind of interesting that that information is not, that I don't have access to that. It would make it a heck of a lot easier to correspond. So. I hope some of you will join me at my next one, my next virtual open house at 64 Rose Place. It's a new construction, and it's going to start in about 30 minutes, and I hope some of you will join us there. It's a beautiful home, brand new, and so I'll be able to walk everybody through that. But I think for the time being, I think this is going to be the end of the this Facebook Live. I really appreciate everybody joining, And I will see you in 30 minutes at 2:30 at 64 Rose Place. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.